Top, 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 to top, 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 top of the morning. Top of the morning. What is good, y'all? It is my boy, Corey. I say your name first today. I thought we'd do something different. Usually the hosts will say, yo, it's me, and then it's you. I'm just going to say your boy, Corey G. And it's me, Daryl, again on a Monday. What's good with you, man? How you doing?
Good, man. We had a good weekend here. Good weekend of sports. Capped it off with a nice Cowboy win last night. I gotta give mention there. You know what I'm saying?
This is Getting in the Green with Perfect Strangers. This is your boy, Daryl, and I'm over here with my slime and crime, Corey, talking about the Cowboys again. We can't do this. Okay? We can't
Good
do
way to
this.
start every morning, man.
First off, we're not going to do this. I refuse to do this. We're not going to talk about football. All right. I'm already out of my blood pressure medication. So I just want you to know when you sent your little pissy ass message yesterday, talk about how about them boys. I was mad. I don't want to talk about the Cowboys because I don't. We're just going to
I
leave
was doing you a favor not texting you earlier in the day when Houston gave you guys the business.
We're going to get into basketball. We're just going to get right into basketball and the lack thereof. I can't with you, man. I can't with you. So I always got to mention Guy on the Couch because he's an asshole, just like you. He always sends this message talking about raise your hand if your team won. And then he'll send that little emoji of the little pissant guy raising his hand. And that's exactly what he did yesterday. So both of y'all can just piss off. Yes, we are back at it. Houston Rockets at Charlotte Hornets. This line was at 7 yesterday, Corey. It was at 7. Money's coming in on Houston. All right. You obviously have now Houston plus 6.5. That total is 236. That total has gone up a little bit as well. Now, what I do like is this could be a game for Houston because you have all three of your better bigs out, your best bigs out for Charlotte. This is scary. Corey, this is scary. And this is the reason why I say this. Because the Omarion variant is already gone through Charlotte, right? And now it's kind of taking its course, doing a little retro round and coming right back again. So I'm a little scared of this game here. Houston has been Houston as of late. They've been losing games and losing spreads. Their last win was December 18th against Detroit. Whatever spread that you have for Houston, it's almost like just go against them because they're not going to make it. But this one seems a little scary to me. Charlotte's also been on a losing streak themselves. They've lost a couple. The last win was the 23rd. That was 2 days before Christmas against Denver, in which I called. Remember, I said that was a 2-line. I'm like, this looks like a Charlotte spread. I'm going to tell you something, man. It almost seems like Houston is the play here. It almost does seem like Houston is the play. Who do you like here?
Yeah, we got two bad teams here, man. This is a great spot for DFS, though. I'm not picking a side, but I think you want to load up on this game both ways for DFS. I know we got Kevin Porter Jr. possibly coming back today, and I believe he'll probably be on a minute restriction if he does come back. So that might mess up the rotation there for Houston as far as from a fantasy perspective. But you got Christian Wood, who should just have a field day tonight, especially without the bigs there in Charlotte. And then on the Charlotte side of things, with all those guys out, we've got just some opportunity down there. I think Plumlee's a good play at 4,000 tonight. This is just a good game. I mean, you see that over-under, and you got two bad teams. I think it just goes back and forth. I do like the over here. Neither of these teams play any defense. As far as picking a side, yeah, I'd probably lean Houston here if they're getting healthier, but not with much confidence in either of these teams to do what I think they should do.
Yeah. I am totally with you on that, man. I don't it just seems like first off, we know that Miles is playing for a contract, so you take him out of the lineup, that's crazy, but you would have PJ Washington, right? Now you take PJ Washington out of the lineup, right? And you go to Martin. Now you got Martin out of the lineup, and it's like, okay, what's going on here? You have no bigs. This does seem like you could go over as well. I do like the over in this game. I just think it's one of those things that you're not going to see very much defense, a lot of high scoring, at least from Charlotte's side. So even if you like a team total, take that. I'm not pressing the button here as well, but it's just weird that early money came in on Houston. So we'll see what happens here. So yeah, that is the first game. We'll go over to our next game, and that is Chicago at Atlanta. Yeah, man. So this is another crazy spot here. Money is actually coming in on Atlanta, right? So now that line was 6.5. If you look at it now, it's 6. Total in this game is 208, so it's a low scoring game. And you have a decimated team. I mean, who's playing for Atlanta? I mean, you want to fly out there real quick and play, bro? Because there's like nobody playing at all, my guy. No one's playing at all. Same thing with Chicago as well. You got Ball who's out with an illness. You got Bradley who's out with an illness. You got McKinney who's out with an illness. You've got all your set pieces that are, even if you want to call them set pieces, out, man, because of this health and safety protocol. You got 10-day contracts being signed here. Atlanta's in a position where nobody, bro, nobody is playing whatsoever. Trey went out, so you didn't even see him on the Christmas game, right? You did not even see a lot of these guys play for Christmas, and you almost had them get it done, to a certain degree. Chicago is winning games. They're winning spreads for the exception of against the Lakers, but they beat the Lakers. They beat Houston. They beat Indy. Atlanta, man, they lost to New York. Right. So this is one of those things to where you've got money coming in on Atlanta and they lost to a piss poor team. Now, New York was probably in a better position because they had their set players. But if you look at that game, man, they only scored 87 points. 87 points, right? So this is a game that I don't want to touch at all. I think this should be a Chicago blowout, but you are still missing Ball here as well. Any players or any sides you like on this game?
Yeah, I'm all over the Chicago side here, man. 6.5 shouldn't be remotely close. They're missing a couple pieces, but I mean, you're still rolling out Levine, DeRozan, Vucevic. Like, you have enough pieces, and you're playing a G League team in Atlanta right now. No Collins, no Young. They were already thin when they had their superstars.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kept it close with the Knicks, but this Bulls team is legit. And all you're missing is, a couple guards. Not that they're not set pieces, but you're going to throw in probably Kobe White's probably going to get a little extra run here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they got enough, man. I think they blow them out. So I would probably look at a couple. You're going to find value in this game because of all the, the stuff happening in Atlanta. So there's going to be some value plays here that'll appear later in the day. I do have serious blowout risk, though. So I probably won't be playing any of the top expensive guys in this game.
Corey, why do you think the line's so short, bro?
I don't know. I'm looking. I don't see anybody that could possibly be ruled out here last minute. There's no questionables. Derek Jones Jr., but will remain out through Wednesday's game. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think this line is just short, and I think Chicago. I think they jump all over him, man.
Yeah, this isn't a game I want to touch, and only because, first off, you can have your own game plan, but how do you game plan against a team that you don't really have scouting reports for, right? And so Atlanta did kind of keep it competitive. I watched that Atlanta game during Christmas, and New York is not a good team at all. So it should be a blowout, but I would be more safe if this line was a little higher. It's scary to me that it's so low.
The back-to-back might be cause for a little bit of it.
Maybe, but I mean that's not for Chicago's end. Yeah, I mean Atlanta, you got 2 days, but still, you got like you to your point, you got G League players. So if I saw 8 here, something like that, I'd probably be a little more secure, but I don't want to touch this game at all. All right, man. Let's go on to our next game here. We've got Boston at Minnesota.
All right.
All right, so right now we got this at Boston -9, bro. -9. The total in this game is 217. We've got Boston playing some decent ball, but they did lose on Christmas against Milwaukee. They kept it competitive, man, until the second half, really. They really got ahead on Milwaukee. They were up like about 20 points at one point against Milwaukee, but you did have Giannis doing Giannis things, man. That guy is he's a great player all around. They beat Cleveland, which is saying a lot if you ask me. They beat them by 10. They lost against Philly. They beat New York. They lost against Golden State. And then they beat Milwaukee back on the 13th. So you got one of these things where it's win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. You would think that this is going to be their win game. Minnesota, on the other hand, has lost the last two against Utah and Dallas, but they did beat Dallas in what you want to call a home and home. I would take Boston here, but I think this spread is high. I think it's phenomenally high, really, really high here. So the under, if you just want some key betting trends here, the under is 4-0 in the Celtics' last 4 Monday games, for whatever it's worth. Under is 5-1 in the Celtics' last 6 games following 1 day's rest. We do have Dallas, or excuse me, Boston, going to have a couple days rest here. They don't play till the 29th, but you do have Minnesota that's going to play on the 28th. That is tomorrow. So this is the beginning of their back-to-back. So in this side here, I don't really have a strong side. I'm going to wait to see what happens with this number. There has been money coming in on Boston right now. So if you are going to play right now, I would think you would play Minnesota, to be honest with you. But if you want to wait to see what happens with this line, maybe you get a little balanced action. Maybe see if it goes down a hook. Maybe see if it goes down a number. Minnesota, man, they themselves are decimated. Schroeder just went on Boston side. He just went into COVID protocols. Horford is ill again. I mean, Boston is decimated. And I just ask you, man, how do you scout with these decimated teams? I don't know. But 9 seems kind of large for me. So if you're going to play it now, I would play Minnesota. If you are going to wait on Boston's end, just see if you get a better number, wait for that. So once again, I don't have a strong play here, but what players do you like, or which side do you like here, Corey?
I got to wait here on the Anthony Edwards news. If Edwards is out, though, this is a Boston spot all day. Minnesota just doesn't have enough pieces in place to compete. The 9's a little steep, but this could be a blowout if Edwards can't go here. If Edwards goes, I think this game plays pretty competitive. They're both missing pieces. I think Brown and Tatum should be enough to get it done for Boston, but I wouldn't trust the 9 against Edwards. But Beverly probably might not play again.
Yeah,
they just don't have enough. I'd say, yeah, if we get news that Edwards is out, man, I would jump all over that Boston line. If he plays, I think he's a great DFS spot tonight. That guy dominates usage when Towns and Russell are out. So, yeah, this is an interesting one. This is one of those games that does have a bunch of questionables in it still.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll wait. But right now I am leaning Boston. I just don't want to give that 9 until we get Edwards out.
Now, if I'm right, Corey, isn't this the second go around for Boston's COVID issues as well? I mean, earlier, you had a couple people. You did have Jaylen Brown out, right? And now it seems like it's coming around again. And Al Horford, he was sick with something, or he's just had COVID for a little bit now. I know he's been out for quite a bit. We had lost him, I want to say, sometime early last week.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. I don't know if he has a designation coming into this game, though. I think we might get him back here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing out for sure.
COVID already.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm going to tell you something. And this is what makes this line really high to me, in my opinion. You lost a big in Grant Williams.
Mhm.
right? So now that you got Grant out of there, I don't know how you play this game. You did lose Nas Reed as well, right? On the Minnesota side. So you are running out of bigs, you are running out of depth. I don't know. That's why I thought this nine was too high. Even if this is the beginning of the back to back, this nine is too high. So you're going to bring set pieces in. You do have, is it Jaden McDaniels? I don't know if it's Jaden or Jadalyn, but Jaden McDaniels could probably give you some run. But yeah, you have some decimated teams here. So we will see what happens with this game. I don't have a side at all. Nothing I'm going to jump into right away. All right, man. Next game we have on the slate is Utah at San Antonio. Guy on couch, man, did a good job, bro. I like that jerk. I like him a lot. I like him a lot. San Antonio is +7 at home, man. Total on this game is 228.5. We did see some 6.5s, and we did see some sixes in some point. This is going up. This is going up as it should. As it should. Now, if you like San Antonio, I would say take them now. What I don't like, this game is kind of tricky, is that outright, man, Utah has been winning games, but they are not covering spreads. However, the spreads have been phenomenally high. They beat Dallas, but that spread was 13.5. They beat Minnesota, but that spread was 15.5. They beat Charlotte, that spread was 12.5. They lost against Washington. That spread was 10. This is the lowest spread you've seen in some time. And then on the flip side, you do have San Antonio that's coming off a 3-game win streak right now. They're winning, beating teams phenomenally. I mean, I don't even want to talk about the Lakers game. I mean, 138 to 110, bro.
Yeah.
138 to 110. They beat Detroit 144 to 109. I think those numbers, you're not going to get that from San Antonio all the time. So I'm not really convinced that they're going to put up that many points on Utah. But once again, man, you got some set pieces out for Utah. Donovan Mitchell's out, which is your main guy out. And you've got pretty much a fully healthy squad in San Antonio here. So I think I'm going to still get there with Utah. I believe the spread is pretty low considering the games that they have been playing have been double digit spreads. So I think this is going to be the hardest team that San Antonio has played. Honestly, if we're going to go back, the hardest team they've played, man, since they played them last on the December 17th. They played Sacramento, Clippers, Lakers, and Detroit. Utah actually lost to them 128 to 106. This would be a revenge game. This was at Utah. So Utah's coming to San Antonio. I don't know here. I don't know. San Antonio just played yesterday. They just played yesterday. And then they're going to play again on the 29th. You're going to have a couple of days. The Jazz are coming off a 2-day Christmas game day game. I still like Utah here. I think they can get it done. Any players or sides you like here?
Yeah, I like Utah here, man. I think we got a wash. You got your best player on each team out. So we got DeJounte Murray, and Mitchell. That kind of cancels each other out. And then I'm just going to play the better team here. Utah is the better team. San Antonio's been hot lately. But, I mean, they jumped all over that game yesterday, played very low minutes for their starters because of it. But Utah plays great defense. You're not going to they had wide open shots all night last night. You're not going to get that here. Yeah, the 7.5 doesn't scare me. We're not really waiting
Yeah.
on too much news because both these teams are relatively healthy. There's not too much you're going to want to play here, but I mean, Keldon Johnson looked great last night without Murray, so probably give him a look. And then Mike Conley, maybe Derek White, but this is just going to be these teams aren't decimated with COVID at the moment, so should be play fairly normal to what we would expect. So I do like the Utah side here.
What I was going to ask you, do you think Pirtle is better than, okay, no, that's going to be a dumb question. I was going to shoot off the hip here and tell you, do you think Pirtle is better than Rudy Gobert?
Offensively, he's got
Yeah.
more weapons. Defensively, though, probably not. No.
Okay. So yeah, that would make me stomp on Utah here. Yeah, 7, you're making me see, and this would probably be a square play to a lot of people, Corey, because you're having San Antonio come off a 3-game win streak. They're covering spreads, right? And they're home dogs. But no, this one here, man, I do like Utah. Utah is still a good team. They're in the shadow of Golden State and Phoenix. So a lot of people aren't really talking about this squad, man. But Utah's still pretty good. So I think I am going to get there with Utah. Haven't pressed the button on this. I'm seeing what this line is going to do. So we'll see. Next game, man, we got on deck Memphis Grizzlies at Phoenix Suns. Yeah, man, I'm dancing and then I get caught. I can really dance, bro. I don't have 2 left feet. I don't know about you, Corey. Corey, you know how to dance, bro?
Oh no, I got cinder blocks and 2 left feet, so
Yeah.
we're gonna sit here. I'll
Hey,
leave
man,
the
you just got a
dancing to you.
2-step, bro. You just got a 2-step. Looking at this game right now, man. Low scoring game, low total. 219 is a total. We got 8.5. Phoenix minus 8.5. Phoenix is just looking good for the most part. They did lose to Golden State, which was kind of a game that they battled back to back. Golden State did close out that game 107 and 116 on Christmas. They go and play OKC on the 29th. Besides that loss, man, Phoenix was doing Phoenix things, just winning games. Just winning games. And they're covering spreads. They didn't cover against the OKC spread, 113 to 101. That was a 15-point spread. And then on the Memphis side, they have kind of a relatively easy schedule these next 3 besides Brooklyn, right? But they beat Sacramento on the 26th. This was also yesterday. They're coming off a back-to-back 127 and 102. They did play 3 days prior and lost to Golden State, lost to OKC, and lost to Portland. So Memphis was looking kind of bad for a little bit, man, but they are decimated as well. Jay Crowder is out now. So COVID is coming in on the Phoenix side. You've got Jay Crowder out. You got Peyton out. He's out indefinitely as well. Now, I don't know. I don't believe COVID's really hit Phoenix just yet. So this just may be the beginning. And then on the Grizzly side, man, you still have people out. Dylan Brooks winning the protocol, so he's out. Is it me or we just haven't really seen Brooks a lot this year, bro? You know what I'm saying? It just seems
Yeah,
like he
that
hasn't.
guy can't stay on the floor. We
Yeah,
didn't
he
have him
can't stay on
early in
the
the
floor.
year with an injury, I think.
Yeah,
We gotta that guy's gotta play, man. This whole
yeah,
Memphis team could be something in the future here, but they gotta get all their pieces on the floor at the same time. We've seen a lot of they're missing this guy, then they're missing that guy, but
mhm,
they have the pieces, man. They're young, they're
they
talented.
do.
This isn't the spot for them, though. You're not going to go into Phoenix and get it done.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think Dylan Brooks would be a game changer here against Phoenix with his defensive ability. Without that, they're a little soft. I think Phoenix does whatever they want here.
absolutely. Absolutely. I completely agree with this line. You are losing a backup and Melton as well, right? So Melton is out for his illness. You've got the wrong people out for this game against Phoenix, to your point. The wrong
Paul
people
will
out
give
here.
Morant issues as well with his defense.
Right, right.
They're going
219
to
is a
turn the
low
ball over.
total. Um, like I said, it seems pretty low. I think Phoenix is basically going to be able to do whatever they want to against this squad. Bottom line. Bottom line. So if you like Phoenix, take them now. The number did kind of go down. People thought the 9 was too high, so it's moved a hook. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes back up to 9. This is going to get a lot of late action. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe, even with losing Jay Crowder's a set player, right? He's not your key player, he's your role player. So he can come in and make a difference. But Phoenix is just going to do Phoenix things, bro. They are just running through people like it's nobody's business. So I do like Phoenix here. I am going to wait on this line, see what it does, but I might just step on it a little early here. I'm gonna have to look at the lines now and see where if I go to, yeah, it's 8.5. I'm gonna step on this game right now. Phoenix minus 8.5. I'm going to grab it. Okay, Phoenix minus 8.5 is my main play for today. I like it. I don't see why they don't get it done. Now, let me see what their schedule is as far as Memphis plays on the 29th and Phoenix plays on the 29th. And they stay at home against OKC, which that was their last loss besides, or not their last loss. They lost to them, so this looks like a revenge game. Yeah, man. Give me Phoenix here. Phoenix minus 8.5. That is in my bag. All right, man. And we've got our last game on the slate here. That is Brooklyn against the Clippers.
We should have one of their games.
Guy on couch just threw a pencil at me. He's like, you skipped over a game. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I did skip a game. So yeah, we'll go to that game last. But on the slate right now, Brooklyn, this is games 559, 560. This is against the Clippers, man. I don't want to touch this game, to be honest with you. I don't want to touch this game. I don't want to touch a game to where every player is out and you got so many 10-day contracts being signed. Even on the Clippers side, Paul George now, man. Late news coming in about his elbow, bro. This is kind of bad for the Clippers. Really, really bad. I don't know. The first thing I thought about is I wonder if the Clippers are tanking. I kind of wonder if they're taking their foot off the gas a little early here, just to see what you get. Now, you really don't have to tank because of how bad the Lakers are playing, right? But the Clippers, man, it's really no action going on with them. Right now, they play on the 29th. They played against Denver last night, lost to them 100-103. They beat Sacramento. They lost to San Antonio. They lost to OKC. They lost to Utah. I don't get this team at all. I don't get it at all. On the other hand, Denver, man, is kind of coming alive. They were on a good win streak. They had lost against Orlando, which was surprising, but they turned around and beat the Lakers. Or I'm sorry, not Denver, Brooklyn. Excuse me. I was looking at, they lost to Orlando, but they did turn around and beat the Lakers on Christmas with a team full of no names. A team full of no names. And they beat the Lakers. I don't get this team at all. I don't. Earlier, when you had all your set pieces, I was still on the wrong side of Brooklyn, Corey. I was on the wrong side of Brooklyn each time. One of my, I don't give a fucking shit what the spread is, was a Brooklyn team total. Lost it. So this isn't a game I want any action in at all. I don't want to play against or for the Nets as far as making a side, and the same thing with the Clippers. Probably one team that I've bet the least this year, Corey, are the Clippers. So yeah, there's no action I want in this game, even though I do believe Brooklyn can get this done. You got the total right now at 216.5, Nets minus 4.5. Who do you like? Sides, players, anything here?
Yeah, I'm on the just bet against LA train right now, every night, regardless of the spread. It just doesn't matter. I mean, I'm just gonna say I'm betting the Nets here, and I'm betting them heavy. I don't think the Clippers or the Lakers are going to cover a spread for another 2 weeks, probably. They're just so bad. And they get way too much respect because they're in LA. They got too many fans, too many bettors on their side. Those Laker lines are just so outrageously low for how bad of a team they're putting on the floor right now. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm betting against LA. I've been cleaning up all weekend, all last week. You just bet against LA.
Bro, guy on couch is rolling.
It's just not that complicated right now, man. This 4.5 Nets might win this game by 20. Harden's can do whatever he wants with Eric Bledsoe and Trey Mann, whoever's playing for the Clippers tonight. I got no problem going on the Brooklyn side here.
Yeah, so that's the only thing we have in common. Guy and Couch and I are both Laker fans, right? But you're right. As far as probably not covering the spread for the next 2 weeks, you might be right, bro. You might be absolutely right here because I don't see any identity with either team. And that's why I said And it may be kind of far-fetched, but like, yo, are you tanking? Right? Like what I have no idea what's going on. No idea what's going on with this squad. But the Nets, they don't have anybody either. They don't. You are going to have James Harden kind of get away and play some good games. I get it. I get it. You do have Kyrie that's coming back here in a couple of weeks. I get it. I get it. So, at this point, I don't want to play any teams that are decimated to this degree, I just don't know how to play it. But I would tell you on that. It's just for whatever, man, listen. This number is short, bro. This is a short number for a team who should just go in and blow out the Clippers. So yeah, at this point, I don't have any movement on the squad. Nothing I like here in this game at all. All right, man. And our last game, or second to last game on the slate, but it is our last game that we're going to discuss here. Dallas at Portland Trailblazers. Yeah, man. Right now, we've got Dallas going into the Portland Trailblazers. This line earlier was 1.5. That goes to Dallas. Total in this game was 223.5. I am looking now, man. That total might have been 213.5 because now I have it at 212.5 with this game being a pick'em, bro. With a pick'em, bro. So money is I've seen what's happened with Dallas. They are also decimated, if you want to call it that, but both of these teams are decimated. We did get some good news about CJ McCollum, right? So that was good to hear. He is fully healthy now. But yeah, everybody is out with illnesses. This is another team that's been just hit by this COVID bug. Same thing with Dallas. Dallas right now has the COVID bug. They have the Rona, so you've got a team that's decimated to the fullest. Both of these teams, you are going to see not a good product on the court tonight with these teams. You're just not going to see it. Not at all. So Dallas plays on the 29th. They'll have a couple days rest. They did play on the 25th against Utah, which they got smacked. But Utah didn't cover that spread, 120 to 116. They've had some hard teams. They did play a home and home against Minnesota. They did split that. They played Charlotte and LA, but then you play Milwaukee and Utah, and you're going to go and play Sacramento. So you got a home and home in Sacramento, and then you're going to play OKC. So it might get a little easier for them if you ask me. Portland, they're going to have a break as well, but they're going to go and play against Utah. They've already lost to them by almost 20 points. Portland hasn't played since the 21st here. They haven't played since the 21st, Corey, which is weird that maybe that's why you see that sudden line movement going to where there's a lot of money coming in on Portland. A lot of time to game plan, but it's Chauncey Billups. It's Chauncey as your head coach. So I don't know what you do with a bunch of developmental players here, right? You don't have anyone that you can call really, really good besides, of course, Dame Time. But everybody else is out. Jokic is out. They're saying even Lillard is questionable because of personal reasons, right? Yeah. But money is still coming in. If I see that early money coming in, then that's telling me that Sharps knows something that we don't know. I think you're probably going to get Dame playing here for personal reasons why he doesn't play. That's kind of weird to me. But right now, I don't have a play here as well. I wouldn't bet either side of these teams. Dallas, Portland, side or team, players, who do you like here?
I don't like either side here, man. For as bad as Dallas is right now, you attack them inside and you got Nurkic out. I don't know if Portland's going to actually be able to do that. I mean, yeah, the game's a pick 'em for a reason. I think if Lillard plays, I could see Portland getting it done here at home, but they still got Porzingis, Brunson, Powell, Finney-Smith. They've got pieces there still. I think it's a competitive game. I don't want to side here. As far as DFS, though, if Lillard plays, man, that guy's been lights out lately. So I would be all over him here in this matchup. And then I think Porzingis does whatever he wants with just the Lakers, man.
Just the Lakers.
Just the LA teams. I think Porzingis gets whatever he wants done here with Portland missing the size inside. So yeah, I don't have a side here.
Yeah, I'm calling him post Porzingis. We did make fun of that in the beginning, right? Early in the year, we were like, why are you playing him? Why is Kid playing him the way he is? But this post Porzingis is working right now, bro. Definitely working. So yeah, he should feast. But yeah, there's just, man, this basketball is just weird. It's almost weirder than the bubble, Corey. It's almost weirder than the bubble at this.
Well, yeah, I mean, and the problem is here if they come
point.
back around
Contracts.
with COVID here,
Now this is, yeah, yeah.
it's
Now
gonna be a
this is what I
problem.
will say. I will say this. We knew that Silver wasn't going to put a pause to the league, right? And you couldn't do that before Christmas because that's probably your most profitable day besides your All-Star break and your postseason, right? But now that we've gotten past Christmas, I am curious to see if they do something a little different here. Very curious to see if Silver and the NBA PA get together, man, and start, thinking of some ulterior plans. Because, like I said earlier, you've got COVID visiting some teams and then turning back around and revisiting that same team, right? So this is getting a little scary. I read something. I think that they had no plans to stop it, but I just wonder if that changes now. I wonder if it changes because you're past Christmas, you're past your most profitable day. It wasn't the best products that you had seen on Christmas, so I wonder what their revenue was. I wonder what they made on Christmas Day. Be curious to see. All right, man, that is the show. Getting in the green with perfect strangers. Getting in the green with this guy over here, Corey G. I am your boy. It's Duro. What you got going on for the rest of the day, buddy?
Man, we're gonna clean up, man. The Christmas mess is still real over here. I got toys in every room, man. So we're gonna be on cleanup duty here after these kids go to school.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. Well, yeah, man, we got through this show. No technical difficulties. I think we finally got it right, man. So this show did not have a case of the Mondays. We will be back to you on tomorrow. We go Monday through Friday, 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can see our handles there on the bottom. You know where to find us, so I'm not going to tell you any longer. Corey, it was good talking ball with you today, brother. Let's get it in tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Y'all be easy.